Well, alrighty, boys, it took some testing, but I think I got this working. Ba-boom! It's like, how the fuck do I... If this is gonna be notes heavy, how am I gonna show this? Because I don't want to constantly be, like, tapping away... Not tapping away. I don't want to be constantly, like, writing away in a notebook that you guys can't see, and then being like, trust me, I've got notes in here that are useful or whatever. So I tried to make something coherent so far. So I have galleries. I have the gallery listed for eyes 1, 2, 3, 4, which are these dudes over here, which I actually wasn't sure what to write yet, but at least I'm reminding myself that there was some shit going on there. And also the 4. These are my less helpful notes, are the ones for the gallery. But more generally, you can see that I have, like, these guys written down. So, like, for purple, I wrote down red car and white fence. And I kept one column for framed images and one column for other stuff I have found. So, like, I wrote white fence because that one white fence has a shock of purple on it, and that might mean something later. And when applicable, I wrote down a color of the object in it, because for all I know, the color of the thing is actually more important than the thing, for all I know. So purple says red car, white fence. Orange, shut the fuck up. Orange says bluefish, yellow says fire. Notably, yes, orange and yellow are both here separately and not the same, me mixing up colors. I double checked and it's very clearly a yellow border on the fire. Gray mouse, or rat, I guess, but I'm figuring it's a mouse. For green, we have a lot of green. I didn't include the stool yet, but maybe I should, I don't know. There's a lot of green going along in here, so I wrote down door and diamond. I also wrote down salt, because of that one salt shaker. Hello. 3 angled lights. More angled lights. I'm curious whether the angle of this even makes sense for the shadow. It probably does. Shadows are weird for that. I am suddenly wondering if there's anything out here that makes sense for this stuff. I don't know. But we'll have to figure out how much I want to use this camera angle versus the full screen one and all that. But here's my notes at least. Oh yeah, red, I wrote clock, 7 o'clock, 7 and 12, and HM, because we have a lot of things we can interpret there, but the red hands I feel like are a clue, for sure. Sorry, I'm having a moment here. These mugs... It's 2 by 3. So the blue and the green are 2 different colors, but the other ones are all white. So maybe white is the answer? So top right, middle left, bottom right? It'd be Braille. I don't think... I was about to say that doesn't exist, but you know what happened a minute ago. Alright, let's just look at all of them one by one. Just to be sure. Yeah, that letter doesn't exist. The one that I was just thinking. The opposite of it, O, does exist. So maybe, and that makes sense too. I figured I was supposed to read the whites as being the positive signifier of like, there is data here, because the other ones were 2 different colors, so they were inconsistent. But if we read the whites as being the negative space, and the blue and green collectively as being the answer, then O would be the thing. And this is an unusual, this one gives me a pretty clear indication. I'm not sure if I know what to do with C. Shut up, YouTube. PlayStation. There we go. Just losing my mind here. But like this one's pretty clear. Left or right, 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. The second letter is O. Which I already had. But okay. Let's see. I should create a field here. Maybe I will just keep... Oh, I just tried to click on the OBS window instead of the actual... I have to... So this is a confusing part of my setup. I have 2 monitors. My left monitor has OBS on it. My right monitor is currently showing the game via the PS4. But my right monitor on my computer, which I can't see, has this spreadsheet on it. So they're both technically on the same monitor, so I have to move my mouse from the OBS screen to this invisible secret screen that's only in the OBS recording, then using the OBS preview window, operate the spreadsheet from there, and this is just very funny to me. Let's see. But this is interesting. So let's create a field for kitchen. I think I'm just gonna... Honestly, I think I'm just gonna... I think this is what our playthrough looks like now. I know, let's do... There you go, caps lock. I think my playthrough just looks like a spreadsheet now. I think... It's not ideal for a little PIP down there, but I don't know how often I'll cut back... I don't know, I guess whenever I'm not looking at it actively, I should stop. But like, I want to be able to look at it constantly too. I don't know. Anyway, so the eyes probably indicate the 4 parts of the code for kitchen. Probably. Anyway, kitchen 2 is Braille. Mugs. O. I'm remembering the clue. Sink. C? For kitchen? Oh, I can't see my formatting. I need to go back to the OBS screen and drag this down a little. There you go. I can't see any of my editing stuff right now, which is kind of a problem for me. Oh, now I try to click on OBS again. This is going to be a learning curve to me managing this. Let's give this a little bit of a background. Fuck it, let's just make it black. There. Now we won't mix up kitchen and gallery because they're in separate sections in that way. This turned into a really weird playthrough really quickly, but I think this is how we're gonna get through this together. You know, like it's just what this is. Here's my mouse hanging out. Okay, let's get rid of the sink. I think I can associate the sink with the kitchen. But let's maybe spread it out a little bit more, just to indicate that it's not necessarily part of the 4 slots yet. I don't necessarily have a reason to guess where the C goes, although it might be the first letter. Although it all lining up with what we've already said so far is also its own kind of weird. Okay, so the kitchen... Does the clock factor into this? Does the salt factor into this? What would I do with... Okay. News. You've got the freaking Mason thing going on here. What's left dot? M. News. M is, I guess, what I'll call... Oh, sorry. Might be sitting in an awkward angle for doing this kind of management. Okay, news M. What do I... Once again, a letter I already have up here too. But why would I think that this is slot 3? There's a 2 there. There's a 4 there. So if that's 2 and that's 4, this could be 3? If we interpret it as being between 2 and 4? Which would make it in the correct spot already. And I'm pretty confident the O is in the right spot. Is the E just the wrong letter? Is it like... coma? Is that the answer? I don't want to just... I don't know if I want to just guess coma. I feel like I want to solve the A, if that is the answer. But also, like, why do I think that the C is first? I have a tenuous reason to... is there an Oreo under it? Nope. Also, does news matter? The news is legible when the rest of the newspaper isn't, and I don't know if that's just because it's a newspaper. What do I do with salt? I have no idea what to do with salt. There's a purple mug full of milk. That's definitely milk, right? Let's add... Oop, I just clicked on OBS again instead of... God damn it. Which screen am I on? The mouse looks the same on both screens. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Okay. Milk. Milk mug, I guess? Just to be clearer. I hope this is in some way entertaining, because this is a weird fucking playthrough. I don't think pepper matters. I also don't know if these color connections I'm making even matter at the time. What's with the fruit bowl? Besides the fact that I'm pretty sure that those grapes are clipping through that apple? Is that an apple? I do find it noteworthy that these two apples look like apples. They're reflective and whatnot. They're shiny. And like, that's definitely grapes, even if those are fucking huge grapes. And those are some weirdly emaciated looking bananas. But then these balls here don't look like apples. They're not reflective. They don't have a shape to them. There's no stems. They're just orbs. One of them clips through the grapes. But none of them look like apples. And they're next to apples, which really makes them highlight how they don't look like apples. So I don't know if that means something. Am I gonna... Oh, I'm stuck. Help. I'm stuck inside the counter. Yeah. Help. Yeah, sorry. Help, I'm stuck. How do I unstuck? Return to start. Click right there. Okay. And then get back in there. Okay, that works. I'm still sneezy feeling. I don't think we're done. Now I'm gonna be paranoid about everything, because like this is a repeating copy of the fence. 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be a word, right? So I see these little divots and I'm like, are those divots some kind of code? Oh my god. But it's just the same thing 4 times, with this one being upside down. So the divots are like underground, I think. But unless one of the answers is the same letter 3 times in the word, it's probably not a clue. But whenever I see 4 of something, I'm gonna be really paranoid about what that could mean. Like, you'd almost be like, oh my god, fence is a clue for the 3rd letter of purple, except there aren't 4 fence posts here. There's 1 on the ground here, then 2 more, then 2 more, then that one down there, then 1 here. So it's not 4, because this isn't the first one. There's more over here. Ooh. Okay, add tree to green. Where's my mouse? There it is. Tree. Because it's a green base under this tree. That's definitely intentional, right? Like, it means something. Because these trees don't have a base under them. I don't know what just signifies the difference between them. They might be the same tree, even. I'm pretty sure that tree and that tree are the same tree. And I'm even looking at them at the perfect angle to show that they're the same tree. This one might be a different tree. Maybe. But I'm not sure if that matters. But green tree. Okay. These guys don't have a base under them. There is a black deck with a pipe on it. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that, if anything. But that base into the tree, it fits other things we've seen. Gotta reopen all my drawers like a weirdo now. Green rug. Green couch. The colors repeating feel like they could mean something, so I'm gonna hyperfixate on them now. Don't mind me. Omi. Dome. Why did it say Omi? Okay, so what kind of things would mean A? An A could be a 0. Or a top left corner. Or that. Alpha. Wait, that's how alpha's spelled? Wait. I don't think I've ever known that alpha was spelled that way in the NATO phonetic alphabet. Spelled alpha? A-L-F-A? L-M-A-O, am I right? Oh. Oh. Is the clock flags and not a red? I think the clock is flags. I think it might be a K. Maybe. Are the only directions... They only have every 45-degree angle, right? So they don't have as many directions as a clock. But yeah, having a flag up and then to the bottom left is K. Is there a left-handed version of this? No, there wouldn't be. Why would you reach across in the opposite direction with your flag? That'd be silly. Okay, so K. Yeah, let's bring this back here too. Clock. So instead of being a numerical translation of 7 and 12 to HM, it could be the flag K. K, C, and M, and O. I don't think that makes a word. Conk. But yeah, positions of red flags. And there's not necessarily a more correct bottom left corner direction to do. Yeah. There's just the four cardinal directions are really obvious, but there's only 2 notches between each of them, so they're both equally right as indications. I mean, it could have been between them, I guess. It didn't have to point at the number directly. In fact, pointing directly at the number makes me think it's a number, not a direction. If it was between them, I'd be like, oh, it's the bottom left corner. Might have even latched onto the flag thing faster, which could still be wrong. That's how this works, boys. Until I get a confirmation, all of my suppositions are trash. That mean nothing. Do you mean something? Now I'm getting extra paranoid about everything. The fact that I looked at this at first and didn't notice the border. That's super noteworthy now. And yeah, like that's probably flags. So that probably means K. But how do we know whether the letters are for this room's puzzle? Except for the fact that they're just in this room, I guess. Maybe they don't, and maybe they don't spell words. They don't have to spell words, I guess. There's 4 window panels, so let's put C in the 4th slot, right? That makes sense. I don't have anything else in the 4th slot yet. So, 4 windows, 4th one has a sink framed in it, and that gave us the letter C. Second cupboard gives us letter O via the Braille mugs. How do I choose whether a clock or let's see. Where's my mouse? There we go. I keep losing it behind the video preview. So what did I just do? I decided the sync was 4. Okay, so 4. Let's move the clues over here and just do the letters over here. So we need to choose whether it's K or M that comes first. Do you in any way signify a number? Besides the obvious, I guess. But like a position? The way that's framed by the light is interesting. It kind of looks like it comes last because it's like the edge of the light area, except I just came to that conclusion for you, so that's not super helpful. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, like the bottom left corner has the news in it. So maybe this is another 4-panel thing. Just like how this is 4 panels. Like that's kind of weird, right? I don't know what to do with you in that way. I also don't know if it would go top left, top right, bottom right, but usually we read left to right, top to bottom. So news could be coming in third, which would make it K... No. Comc. K-O-M-C. Is that an answer? It could be. Nope. Alright, yeah. Maybe it will be satisfying. Like, maybe it will be a word instead of just some random letters. Ah. Okay, so the flag is what I'm least confident about. Flag's clock. That's a little more of a leap. This is clearly the letter M. Like, inescapably. It even has the text might be up there for orientation? Wait. North, east, west, south. Is the word news... The word news has the 4 cardinal directions in it. What if it actually indicates some... Except, like, these... I don't know the cardinal directions of this room, though. And these two letters are on the same wall. And these 2 letters are kind of on the same wall. So I don't necessarily think I can make the leap that those 4 directions mean that, this might just be funny happenstance. I've always found it kind of amusing that those 4 letters in news are also the same ones in north, south, east, west. I might have even seen... This might have been a solution of some kind in an escape room I've been in before. I feel good about that, except for the part where I have no confirmation yet that it actually means anything. I kind of feel like this might look... No, I can't get any closer. It looked like an optical illusion, like if I got really close, it might turn into an image. Wait. Designed. D-E-S-I-G-N. D-E-S-I-G... Design, yeah, designed. Because those 3 lines make N. Designed. Or... I? Have some fun with that, I guess. Designed, I. I is the 4th letter in designed. Or the word designed is the 4th part of the clue. Huh. It did. It did make a thing. It's funny that I was like, this looks like it would turn into a thing if I like walked up to it, and then I looked up to it, and then I was like, nah, I'm just kidding. And then I saw it. So you're a grid and some letters. Is this a location? Does the kitchen look like? Does the kitchen have a carpet? The kitchen's just fucking blue, brown, gray. Is this what the house looks like? Is that a blueprint of the house? Got a zigzag. I know I can open you. I'm putting it off because I want to process what I'm looking at so far, but it could blow the whole thing wide open too, so I could be wasting my time. I don't know if that's the right direction to go in, but this might be a picture of the house, which would be interesting. I don't know what the fuck to do with this. Or this. Why is 4 on the... What is this a picture of? A maze? The mitochondria? Does this form a second word? From a different direction? Because that'd be pretty fucking cool. This is the direction I saw it in originally, where I thought it might be spelling something. Design for plant. Squiggles. Ooh, does this... God, could this spell something somehow? Like in cursive or some nightmare? Ought. Purple on the ceiling. Didn't include that in my thing. Oops, clicked on OBS again. That could mean something, or it could mean nothing. Isn't this exciting? There's the rose. Okay, so I can open this because it was just in the fruit bowl. I've had this for a while. Turl. Control. Okay. So Turl was removed. Sorry, what'd you call this room? Shit. I'm gonna call it garden because I didn't focus enough on the title when it came up, so I don't know what it's called. Garden. Okay. What do we do with this? You're also green, just in case we weren't confused yet. 25. Of course. -5. 10. Is there one on this wall? -5. Seeing them on 3 different walls, I briefly was like, news! Okay, which one's north? And I was like, I did it. I actually did crack the code. But there's not, I don't see one on this wall. Also, 2 of these are negatives. What am I supposed to do with another green key? Seeds. Z equals 25. Okay. Z. So I believe we are going back to this dude, right? Yeah, Z equals 25. What does -5 mean? If 0 is A, then negative would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. V? Q is -10? And V is -5? I don't think that's how that works, is it? Was it -10 and 5? Is that what it said a second ago? Yes. QVZ. Seeds. Okay. that's 4 digits. Maybe this is the easiest puzzle so far. So, pink flower, red music, 4 blue water drops, yellow sun. Flower, music, water, sun. That's probably the order of the digits for this. The answer. So maybe it is V. Because pink flower is by the -5. Is that pink? Kind of red. That one's kind of pinker, isn't it? Oop. Thought I saw something on the ground. Oh, I've got so many conclusions to draw from this right now. Okay. Wow, I just got a personal best at something. Whatever. Okay, so it's the nursery. The green key that's... Okay, we can call this place the nursery then. What do I do with that? Shut up, light. Ooh. Oh. They don't fill in left or right. They kind of alternate a little bit. But the lights actually fill in as you fill in that slot. Oh? Why is it a negative? So when I increase the brightness of this light, that number changes to a negative. So these can also just be seen as directions. Pink flower, music, 4 water, maybe 3 light, because there's 3 triangles. -9, 22, 11. Okay. All of the numbers keep changing. So maybe they even are indicators of what the password will be, but I need to solve the room correctly. Oh! Was there a plant here? Did I... Probably. Were you here before? Am I imagining that? What do you... Velocity? Oh, of water. Pading! Pink flower. 1. Of course. Okay, so I did the instructions, right? We got a pink flower. I did music and 4 water and 3 light. Yep, that is what that meant with the 3 triangle. Okay. 1. And they are on the 4 walls. They're actually on the 4 walls, and they're all positive numbers this time. Which direction is north, though? Do you face north or a direction? Maybe it is news. Or maybe we just start with the flower. Did the music just change volume based on which way I was facing? Maybe not. A equals 0. Yeah, so it just so it just works. This might be the easiest room in the game, because I've like walked in here and solved it in 5 minutes by comparison, practically, if we have the answer yet. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it clockwise from this one. So 1, 11. At 3, 14. 1, 11, 3, 14. And now let's check what those are, because Call me crazy. Don't really feel like counting through the alphabet. When I've got an alphabet counter on hand. Okay, so 1 is B. 11 is L. 3 is D. 4 is E. 14, I'm an idiot. 14 is O. That one is 3, right? Yeah, it's 3 and 3. 1 is 1, and 3 is 3. Which is weird in its own way. O has come up again. In another context. But let's not think about this room too much, because it's the one that taunts me. We don't like to talk about the taunting room. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay. 1, 2. Bold. So it could be BLDO or LDOB or DOLB. Dobble. I think it might be bold. I'm just gonna try bold. And if that doesn't... I'm not sure if there's an indication of what order they're in, or if it's just... because it spells a thing. Ah! I solved the thing!
Very impressive. I feel like I'm already getting to know you. Don't forget, you can request assistance at any time by entering the word hint into... Hello? I think you can hear me. I know where I am. I'm not sure who I am, that I need help.
Not going good for him, huh? Not going great? Bold. So B is 1. I just want to see if it matches. Okay, I don't need to check news. So if this is north, N-E-W-S, so east would be 11. 11 was L. So no. Because the second letter was O, which was 14. The second letter, it had to be N, W, whatever. It had to not be that. So no, that's not, the news was not the indicator. It is funny that the 4 walls came up right after I talked about the idea of the 4 walls coming up. Okay, so did this just make a thing light up on here? Or this much closer? Okay. So I just got, and like I originally thought, it spelled a word, which makes it more satisfying and all that. Wow, I solved this room so fast that it makes me genuinely paranoid about the other rooms. Like, why didn't I solve them all immediately?